嘿，亲爱的朋友们，大家好，我是铁拳，聊聊游戏，交个朋友，欢迎大家来到最新一期的节目。今天给大家带来一期 Xbox 开发者新年游戏2024年的游戏发布会，直接来自 Xbox 的游戏开发者的一个给大家交一个作业，告诉大家我们在做什么游戏吧，然后应该会有一些更新吧。今天比较期待的呢，就是看那个传闻。Machine Games 就是做重返德军总部的这个游戏公司，它的夺宝奇兵 Indiana Jones 的游戏，据说是第一人称的，我也会非常吃惊的，因为重返德军总部就是一款第一人称的游戏嘛。今天据说是会有画面和试玩演示的，我们一起来期待一下。然后呢，就在今天这个直播播出的时候呢，有两个消息。第一个就是Ninja Theory Machine Games， 那是肯定也有了，对吧？就是第一个就是关于微软的吧，这两个都是微软的第一方的消息嘛。星空的一个大补丁，100多处修复的补丁。延期了，然后第二个呢是潜行者延期了，延期到9月份，本来说是第一季度嘛，对吧
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. is an adventure into the heart of the living
是一款第一人称的魔法
where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret.
怎么说呢 RPG 吧，之前预告好像是挺期待的。
At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora.There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, Gameplay Director.
Here at Obsidian,Our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout.
这个画面的颜色设定啊，什么各方面我挺喜欢的，很干净的感觉。哦，你看它的施法是有一个魔杖的，看到吧
？You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks,
拉过来
blocks, parries, and special attacks.
是比较讲究动作性的第一人称游戏，不是像原来老滚左手拼搓那个冰球，右手搓火球啊这种，它这个比较讲究动作性的。
It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize for their
这种敌人设计我也挺喜欢的，这个游戏可以期待一下。
We provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want.
快速切换的。
And charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
还有枪啊！魔法，这是魔法骑士嘛，对吗？单手剑，其实也不算魔法骑士吧，法师也是可以用，剑的嘛，对吧？今天这个发布会一共是45分钟，或者是3刻钟。
Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest, you may
这个画面光影效果我真的挺喜欢的，特别这个颜色特别干净的感觉啊。
As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki.
我才发现我左上角那个标志还是阿星的标志，忘记换了。算了吧。
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were
我靠，
sleeping,
这个面部表情的
I was so surprised and
比起星空好太多了。这个才是次世代应该有的表情嘛，对吧？这个就是比星空做的认真。说实话，大家不要说我踩一个捧一个，
of course he
有一说一，
Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what
至
did
少
he tell
头要动一动吧，对吧
you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest.
这才是开放世界的魅力嘛，对吗？你的行为是可以影响整个世界的。就是你在这里做了个决定，回到城市之后，城镇人的情况不会是说根本不知道你在外面发生了什么事情，它都会发生的。比如说路人呐、或者店家会谈论你，然后你的一些选择也会影响他们。这种美式 RPG 才是美式 RPG 那个时候的精髓嘛，对吗？大家看我今天穿的暖和吗？因为这几天开始太冷了。刚才带我儿子晚上足球训练，我的天哪，外面零下1度，我在外面站了，看他场边看他整个训练，人都冻僵了。哦，这个沙的画面挺漂亮的。不得了了，这个游戏就从这个光影啊、画面、美术感觉，我感觉要不得了了的感觉。到时候可以期待一下，朋友们。你看他这个纪录片拍的这个镜头的运用、颜色的调制，就是非常专业，已经非常电影化。这个发布会拍的可以的，准备的不错。不过说实话，微软近几年几个发布会都做得很不错，我觉得是优于索尼的。节奏控制的好 ，About 可以期待一下，朋友们。美术真的很棒啊，这个颜色。2024 Fall， 下半年吧。Game Pass 直接上，完美！我刚刚续了1年，后面是兽人嘛，第二个讲什么？哦，来了，哎。Ninja Theory， 这肯定是讲的是，妖刃2啊 ，Ninja House， 虚幻五引擎做的一个画面超级棒的游戏，至少是目前来看所有公布的次世代游戏当中画面最好的，前几可以排得到的。哇，这个画面
narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about.
而且你看他这个拍摄这个片子的这个人的画面质感多棒啊，用了很棒的相机和镜头，后期做的也好。
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still
这个女生
companions,
丸子头好可爱呀！
people along the way, some of which will value
哦，你看这个画面，
others who will
哇，
Little by little,
太细节做的太棒了。
this settlement
你看他这个表情，这个应该是虚幻五的 MetaHuman 做的吧？估计是。塞纳。
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings.
话说最近有个传闻，你们听到吗？就是只能说是传闻呢，就是说微软可能在考虑让它第一方的游戏上全平台，厉害吧？说不定以后 PS5 上也能玩到 Xbox 的游戏。这么说明什么呢？可能就是完全放弃新主机，专注要搞西瓜皮了。哇，这个镜头太棒了，这个人物的质感。
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
哇，这个工作室可以了，有自己动捕式的工作室，都挺有实力的都。
How can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it.
有这个战斗和之前差不多嘛，好像。
It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it.
有点热。
Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they
一代不怎么好玩。
just survived it.
Mel knows Senua.
哦，原来她是塞纳的动捕。
Her instincts are amazing.
是个女演员。
She really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the
哇，这个
studio
光
is
影不得了。
unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality.
真的，这种感觉真的挺棒的。你在一个公司工作，然后公司派你去世界各地，比如说去冰岛采集一下素材，对吧？拍摄一些素材。
Which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional
这个游戏可以预定一下明年的最佳画面表现奖。
that Senua listens in her head. in this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience. Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their music.
这个是之前在 TGA 上出来唱歌的吗？
Something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
它这个背景做得真漂
My hope is
亮。
that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows.
等你玩了之后，我也是塞纳的一部分了，或者是我也是一个塞纳。
That makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
5月21不得了，发售日公布了。今年又是年度游戏大战啊！反正没人想在明年，为什么？GTA 6，哦，哇，这个惊喜可以的哦，可以，来个惊喜。哎，这个发布会搞得有意思，可以的。微软真的是现在发布会有一套啊，这个做的。Square Enix， 哇，这个确实是要看4K 的，这个太清晰了。
Xbox players, my name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at.
哇，这拍摄的镜头质感太棒了。
Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝え
聖剣传说啊，
大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶり。
难道圣剑传说首发上西瓜皮啊？
聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々。武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。
我的天呐，圣剑传说已经出了17部了。
30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
ARPG 嘛。
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
闪避攻击。
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに。
石井浩一先生，哇，他戴的那个羽毛也挺有名的嘛。
I am Koichi Shi from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players.
真的，我不得不再赞叹一下他这个拍摄的镜頭啊，做的太专业了。
中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では
光影设计的特别好，整个场景的布光啊。
どのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
圣剑传说不知道这次能不能支持双人呢？这是原来比较有的特色嘛，对吗？
ただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかり
哦，魔法了，哎，还有咏唱时间呢。
バトル中は
冰魔法一打。
表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、
伙伴来了。
広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
哦，这个坐骑哇！
陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージ、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。
史库威尔出《圣剑传说》非常不错，之前做那个魔咒之地啊，很伤元气的，投了不少钱，但是貌似卖的不好。然后最终幻想16嘛，怎么说呢？反响一半一半吧，对吧？今年毕竟投票它算是我这里金酸梅奖，它是第2名啊，最失望游戏第2名。然后还有当然了，它现在那个最终幻想7重置版应该还是可以的。史库威尔还是底子厚啊。当年最伤的一开始就是突然觉得走下坡路，不就是最终幻想电影化吗？第一部电影真的是不太行。
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
哦，动作部分、魔法、空战。
武器での攻撃だけでなく、魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、
哦，
力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるように。
哇，这个 boss 战就是很考操作了。
特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただきます。
火属性克制植物。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作《
圣剑传说》第一次上 Xbox 还是非常有里程碑式的，请大家继续关注。
この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
2024年夏天。 你看他那个印第安纳琼斯肯定放到最后压轴了。这应该是模拟经营游戏吧？文明啊，还是人类啊
and welcome to
？Humanity.
We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time.
挺丰富的，有不同的进化过程。
To the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
不知道有多少朋友能怎么说呢？静下心来玩这款游戏吧。首先，它是这类游戏啊，上来是要有一个学习的过程的。我个人看到，比如说打开菜单，看到那么多数字啊、选项啊，说实话已经有点头晕了。 我之前想尝试过未来机器人看到吧？我之前想再比如说沉浸的玩一次，但是怎么说？我想玩文明嘛，玩不进去，说实话。后来就改成什么了？改成帝国时代了。其实我就是想造房子，打别人的房子，就是这样。
giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate
哇，所有的玩家都是
and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios.
同时进行的。
This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game.
啊，这算是一个大的进化了。你不用等，比如说你 PC 处理完之后，你再做下一步。
Easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on
这个工作室它给你一种感觉就是非常放松，然后团队的关系非常融洽，然后整个装修啊什么都是非常年轻化，非常有创意化。我感觉游戏工作室就要这种氛围。好，又是2024，又是 Game Pass， 今年也算是。微软每年肯定必须要有几款游戏嘛，给这个西瓜皮上强心针啊，对吧？最后一个来了，印第安纳琼斯，来吧！夺宝奇兵，我每年圣诞节都想把这个夺宝奇兵从头看一遍，然后今年看了最新的夺宝奇兵，觉得还行，说实话还行。但是有的角色，我里面有个新的夺宝奇兵，那个女性角色，我觉得有点太生硬了。
Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I've had this idea
陶德
for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what
就刚才这么说了啊
he was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so
确实，现在我感觉，夺宝奇兵这个品牌啊 ，IP 啊，在年轻人当中好像没有以前那么火，像我那个年纪那么火了。毕竟对吧，很久没有出新的电影，虽然新的电影之前很久没有。哦。
While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning.
这个渲染可以的，这种画面设计感，是哈里森福特吗？哎，真的呢，哈里森福特。哦，卢卡斯影业，看看最关键的是不是第一人称、第三人称、第一人称的。你可以说用第一人称呢，可以比如说更清楚的看清楚场景啊，对吧？这些文物啊什么的。
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
哦，应该还是就是，对吧？我这对，肯定是他们最擅长的，肯定是 Machine Game 最擅长的第一人称嘛，对吗？有点射击，有点战斗，再加上点解谜嘛。
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before.
这个鞭子感觉有点一般嘛。
See if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
还是年轻的 Indy。
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the
配音肯定不是哈里森福特了，已经。
The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
有那么一点史蒂芬斯皮尔伯格的感觉。
Such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal.
对，
we
确
pull the
实。
camera back for a third-person view.
这个设计很巧妙，真的很巧妙，因为你要印第安纳琼斯这一生的这个人物的造型是很经典的。是在第一部和第二部之间。
He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular
哇，
relic
这个
was
场景
stolen,
变化
and discovers that
要
things
做很多
aren't
不
what
同的
they
场
appear.
景啊。
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
怎么说呢？这种二战的感觉确实是也挺很吻合这个 Machine Games 他经常做，比如说纳粹游戏的这种感觉啊。
It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your
用光影讲故事也不错。
or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through
Global Adventure 全球的冒险。
for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
Wow.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and
这种发布会看完之后啊，你知道我是什么感觉吗？就是这种感觉是，说实话是微软西瓜皮给我的，就是我觉得我都挺感兴趣，但我比如怕他做的不好，但是我没有那种害怕他万一烂怎么办，因为我有西瓜皮，全部都可以尝试一下。我想这也是一个西瓜皮最大的魅力之一吧，对吧？
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
Wow.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's
这
been
人物设
tracking
计
the
真不
lead
错。
for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need
这些原画都很漂亮
in
啊
order to get to the bottom
可以的
of this
哇，
mystery.
这个场景设计。
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
今年又多了几个可以期待游戏啊，朋友们。
Love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
哇，你看他嘴唇上的那种唾液的黏黏的感觉也有嘛。
But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you.
这个鞭子我始终是不是很喜欢，说实话。
Or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip. And hopefully a little bit more.
基本上能想到的都做了，我觉得不错。
Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them.
啊，不错不错不错。
Small secrets, and
有的
that blend right
解谜呢，就是
One thing I love about it
可选
is
的
the level of interactivity that we have. We have this
不要
world
让一
of
些谜题
mystery,
卡住，
anything
对吧？
potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
最主要还是看看这个游戏，我觉得最关键，目前看来就是游戏的节奏吧，对吧？战斗和解谜、剧情推动的搭配吧。有的时候解谜太多呢，你就觉得游戏玩起来很累。
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones.
因为你看，它这个游戏里的战斗不是那种从头杀到底的那种战斗吧，还是带比较巧劲的一个鞭子，有枪可以夺敌人的武器。
It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think
关键的几个元素我感觉他抓住了，一个就是冒险感，对吧？然后还有幽默感，好像是也抓住了。哇，陶德在后面偷走了个金骷髅嘛！陶德的名声，这真的是最后一次了。但是他没有怎么出来说，我觉得还可以。2024年发布，哈哈，这个肯定是让 PC 用 PC 版玩了，差不多了吧？今天就这些了，也说的正好嘛，40多分钟嘛。大家最期待哪个游戏啊？我可能最期待一个是赛刃的画面，赛刃2的画面和印第安纳琼斯吧。要结束了，那么非常感谢今天观看的朋友了，也期待下次和大家再见，好吗？我是铁拳，我们下次再见，拜拜。
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience.
哦，还忘了这个 Avowed 也是我非常期待的。没想到吧，我又说话了。都期待，这几个说实话都不错。如果最不期待的话，就是那个 Era。圣剑传说还行吧，但是我现在感觉可能没有那么多时间玩这种很长的 RPG 了。感谢大家收看，我们下次再见，拜拜。